I'm probably gonna get a lot of people that don't agree with this or don't like this, but it needs to be said. All of those waist trainers, those belly bands, all of those different things that you are using to try and lose weight help heal a diastasis recti, aka the mama pooch, or help heal pelvic floor issues, especially after giving birth and you're wanting to bounce back or snap back. I promise you, they are not doing what you think they're doing, and they're probably actually doing more damage than they are good. A few weeks ago, I had somebody send me a video of an influencer, and she was trying to sell a belly band for postpartum. Basically, she went on to mention points like she wore it for 2 days straight. It was helping her heal her diastasis recti. It was helping her heal her pelvic floor issues, and it was helping her lose weight after giving birth. Now, let me get into what I think are issues with posts like this when it comes to advertising them, especially for moms and or weight loss. Belly bands, wraps, all those different things. A lot of times people wear these thinking that it's going to help them lose weight, heal a diastasis recti, or pelvic floor issues. But the thing is that they actually don't do any of that. A lot of people will say that when they put them on, they start sweating when they're working out, therefore they're losing weight. I'll talk about when you should wear them and how long you should wear them at the very, very end, but just know that you should not be wearing these while you're working out. Additionally, the sweat that happens when you wear these is not because you are losing weight. Sweat does not equate to how much fat loss you're having. However, that is just your body trying to cool itself down. There is nothing magical about wrapping something around your waist and immediately you're gonna start losing weight. Also does not heal a diastasis recti, aka the mama pooch, nor does it help with pelvic floor issues. In fact, it can actually make those issues worse. Let's talk about the diastasis recti first. This is the separation of the abdominal muscles. It is a muscle and a ligament and connective tissue issue. It is nothing to do with wrapping something around your abdomen that will force things to come back together. In fact, wrapping something around a muscle is actually preventing that muscle from being able to work in its full range of motion and full functionality, which therefore is actually making it weaker. If you're making it weaker, you're going to make the diastasis recti even more pronounced, worse. Your core overall is going to start to become weaker, and you're going to notice a lot of issues with your back, with your hips, and so forth and so on, because the body is a huge giant kinetic chain. And if you have an issue in one area, especially with your core, which plays a huge role throughout your entire body, you're going to notice it elsewhere. Pelvic floor, one of its main roles is to help manage pressure, and from pregnancy, a lot of damage actually happens to the pelvic floor, regardless of how well you trained throughout pregnancy, regardless of your fitness level, your pelvic floor still took a hit. And come postpartum, it is already like needing to rest. It just needs to rest and be able to do what it needs to do, and sometimes we have to help it along the way. Like I said, one of its main roles is maintaining what's called intra-abdominal pressure, and when you wrap something around your abdomen, you are actually increasing the intra-abdominal pressure that is being placed on the pelvic floor. And if your pelvic floor is already having a hard enough time maintaining this, whether it's because it's hypertonic or hypotonic, basically it's going to have to get rid of this pressure somewhere, somehow. And it's either going to put it back up to the path of least resistance, which is going to be that linea alba, which is already weak from pregnancy, which is where that separation happened with the abdominal muscles and therefore diastasis recti, or it's going to push it out, which is when you're going to notice things like prolapse, leaking, etc. If you're wearing a waist trainer or a belly band, it's actually applying way more pressure down on your pelvic floor, which is going to make matters worse, or it can also even create issues. Now, if you are medically told that you absolutely positively need to wear a belly band, a waist trainer, a compression band, whatever it might be, please listen to what your doctor says. If you're doing it more just for aesthetic appeal, studies have shown that you probably should only wear it for about 2 weeks max, about an hour a day max, and no more than that. And again, this is if it is not medically advised to wear one, like if you had abdominal surgery. This is if you're choosing to do it out of your own volition. Never work out in them. Try and use it for 2 weeks max, an hour, maybe 2 hours max a day. If you are going to be using one of these bands, please make sure that it applies pressure from the bottom up, not from the top down. The top down is how a lot of them are made, and that's when you're going to see a lot more issues with the pelvic floor. Last but not least, use kinesiology tape, K-tape. This is going to be huge. There's different ways that you can tape on the abdomen to help, especially in pregnancy and even postpartum. I did this in my pregnancies. It does relieve a lot of the pressure down on the pelvic floor, and it is a lot less stress on the core muscles. They're still allowed to operate and move how they should, and on the pelvic floor itself. And that's all I have to say about that. So thanks for coming to my TED Talk.